in Python at most 5 lines of code, 8 lines of code. It's nonsensically easy to create an NFT. News alert from Square Enix president talks about new tech concepts, including NFTs, the metaverse, particularly how blockchain games hold the potential to enable self-sustaining game growth. Jesus. Who do you expect to read something at this font size? Okay, another term that gained quick currency. I see what you did there. In 2021 was NFT, or non-fungible token. The advent of NFT using blockchain technology significantly increased the liquidity of liquid digital goods, enabling the trading of a variety of such goods at high prices, sparking the conversations. I see 2021 not only as Metaverse Year 1, but also as NFTs Year 1. However, we do observe examples here and there of overheated trading in NFT-based digital goods and somewhat speculative overtones, regardless of the observed value of the content provided. He's so excited there was no period. He was just like, let's go straight into the next sentence. This obviously is not an ideal situation, but I expect to see an eventual right sizing in digital goods deals as they become more commonplace among the general public, with the value of each available content corrected to their true estimated worth. And I look for them to become as familiar as dealings in physical goods. This is under the guise of you're dividing by 0 if you assume this, right? Because this part of the statement is not what it was all about to begin with. Who is going to do the value correction? What and who determines true estimated worth? Wouldn't that be some sort of centralized system? Bro, the market. That's right. Excuse me for poking holes in a technology that was supposed to be anarchistic in nature. There's two sides of it. And as a technologist, right, the shitty thing is that the people who have wanted to exploit people and deal in the dark arts of tech, they've found it already. They've done it already. They're already there, right? That whole bro culture of NFT goblins out there, that's one side of things. That's they're into whatever the they're into, right? Now they're just hyping up things that they honestly, see value in, but from a perspective of my idols, people who have more money than me do this, therefore I should, therefore I stan. Then there's this other side of this domain. If you get away from all that and all the variations of that, the actual technology itself, it isn't new. It's just rebranded in terms of whatever the exploitability we have now. In fact, it's stupidly easy to mint NFTs. It's in Python at most 5 lines of code, 8 lines of code. It's nonsensically easy to create an NFT. The literal technology version of it, the token, and then have it on the blockchain, it's no more than a handful of lines of code. And then it's whatever you attach to it at that point, right? Whatever metadata you send with it, that's sort of whatever the people think they own, but really they own just a string of random ass characters. So I have fun tokens all the time. Yeah, dude. See, that's the thing. The technology side of it, it's not much more complex than having someone who maintains a running unique identification table. Oh, I could do it with the NFL. If you look for someone, let's say Trey Lance, Trey Lance has this little tag here. He has a little five character tag at the end of his name, Ignore the float, ignore the decimal and the 0. If you look at the first 5 numbers here, these are always unique, right? And they're maintained by someone. Someone has to create this. Now, no one would ever say Steven Sims is an NFT just because they've created a unique identifier for him in a database. But in some weird way, you know, it's gotten out of hand for the people who interpret what NFTs actually are, a way to identify something. In art, you know, the provenance, the ledger of the history of how art was sold or traded or dealt, that's the most important document next to the actual art itself, right? Now, it's getting to a point where the document, the ledger itself, is more important than the art. And that's sort of like where we're fraying, right? Because if there's technology that kind of tracks, like track changes, like source control, like a provenance from an art dealer, that's one thing. But should it ever trump the actual product at hand? Theoretically, it shouldn't, right? It is simply just a receipt. But we're getting to a point where we're valuing the receipts more than the actual things we're buying. And that's where, in my opinion, just culturally, it's off. Like, I find that very strange. I find that strange. There's also
fungible tokens emo.
maybe, you know. Maybe we could make some meme tokens. I'll give away some meme tokens on stream. But yeah, on top of all that, like, environmentally, the current zeitgeist of it all, there's some bad, nefarious shit that goes on. I just don't want anything to do with it. It seems like, why the f***? Call it a boomer take. Call it an uneducated take. Thank you, Square, for going from gotcha games to just rug pull games.